The Chancellor, the Right Honourable, the Lord Willits, will now open the ceremony.
Graduands and guests, as President and Chancellor of the University, and by the authority of the Senate and the Council, I declare this congregation open for the conferring of degrees on candidates, both present and absent. A warm welcome to you all, and now please be seated.
The President and Vice-Chancellor, Professor Edmund Burke, will now address the congregation.
Chancellor, High Sheriff, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Graduands, today is a momentous day, a significant milestone in your lives. For some, the end of higher education as you move on to a profession, and for others, the next step along your educational pathway. When you look back on your time at Leicester, it'll be for many reasons. The memorable events you attended, sporting triumphs, your favourite lectures, and taking part in groups and societies. At Leicester, you will have forged friendships with people from across the world with different outlooks, cultures, and values. Friendships that have helped you to thrive and survive. And friendships for life that will be as important to you in the decades to come as they are today. A sense of community and belonging is at the heart of our campus. And it's this sense of belonging that will prepare you on the road ahead, ensuring that you're ready to face new challenges with confidence and with strength. University is about much more than just exams and assessments. It's about discovery. What you've learned about yourself is as important as the subject you've studied. Remember your first day at Leicester, when everything seemed so new? Many of you had left home for the first time. Some of you were the first in your family to go to university. Well, think how far you've come, how much you developed, and what a journey it's been. You've fulfilled hopes and aspirations and proved to yourself and to others what you are capable of. After all your hard work, now is your opportunity to celebrate. Today is a time for cheers, for laughter, and tears of joy. And we've an extra reason to celebrate today, because it was 100 years ago that the foundations for this university were laid, and you are among our first centenary graduates. The University of Leicester was established, quite uniquely, as a living memorial for all those who had made sacrifices in the First World War. We were built on the hopes of a better tomorrow. By bringing people together, our founders sought to use higher education as a power for good, to transform lives. That's a commitment that we honour to this day.
Let us offer higher education as our war memorial, to honour those who took part in the Great War, to the glory of those gallant fighters who came through, and to the memory of those devoted heroes who gave their lives in the cause of freedom. Now, every material asset a person possesses may flee. Education alone is an asset of which an individual cannot be robbed.
The University of Leicester, educating and inspiring for a century.
You should be proud to be a Leicester graduate. You're graduating from a university that's amongst the top 200 in the world by the Times Higher, and we're one of only 25 targeted by the country's top 100 graduate employers. We're also part of a university with a world-leading reputation for research and discovery. We're known for the invention of DNA fingerprinting by Sir Alec Jeffreys. And of course, we made the remarkable discovery of King Richard III right here in Leicester. More recently, we've designed and built equipment on board the European Space Agency's Bepi Colombo mission to Mercury. This continues a proud history of this university's technology operating in space every year since 1967. Last year, we were awarded the Times Higher Education Research Project of the Year. This was for a pioneering kit that collects DNA evidence and will secure justice in developing countries. And in medicine, our work has shown why the first pill for asthma in 20 years can help to reduce asthmatic attacks. We're proud of our global impact and proud to be a global university in a city that's amongst the most culturally and ethnically diverse in the UK. Being part of the international family that is the University of Leicester has provided you with the knowledge and experience to become a global citizen, equipped for life in the 21st century. You graduate at a time when the world is grappling with major challenges, be that climate change, political uncertainty, growing inequalities, or ageing populations, to name just some. Your generation will be instrumental in addressing these issues. And what you've learned at this university will empower you to make a difference. In the words of children's rights campaigner Marian Wright Edelman, education is for improving the lives of others and for leaving your community and world better than you found it. Graduates, we believe in your abilities to go out there and make change happen. It might feel like you're saying goodbye to your university today, but I can assure you that it's just the start of a new relationship. As a Leicester graduate, you will always be part of the Leicester family. You join our global network of 190,000 alumni who keep in touch with us to tell us about their success. And we look forward to hearing your stories, because in many ways, it's the combined impact of your individual achievements that truly measures the value of the University of Leicester. Graduates, you now have new letters that you can put after your name, a permanent reminder of your time at Leicester. But our purpose has been to equip you with something more than a degree, with the spirit of intellectual inquiry, with a deep curiosity, and with the perseverance, skills, and confidence to launch yourself into life beyond university. Parents, relatives and friends of our graduating students, please join me in applauding our graduating class of 2019. Graduands, please join me in showing your appreciation to your families and friends for their ongoing support. Families and friends, can I encourage you to clap, cheer, shout, and make a lot of noise as our graduands walk across the stage. This is a day for celebration, and we should make the most of it. Graduands, I congratulate you on the degrees you've obtained, and on behalf of the University of Leicester, I wish you every success for the future. Thank you.
Chancellor, on behalf of the College of Social Sciences, Arts and Humanities, I, Professor Francois Dubois, present the following candidates for their degrees. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Siavash Askarierad. Khalida Ashigulova.
Congratulations. Well done.
Kamaradubra Egbe.
Congratulations. Well done.
Anna Hueskin.
Congratulations. Well done.
Yi Jun Lin.
Congratulations. Well done.
Brian Menarin.
Congratulations. Well done.
Laura Rodez Saldana.
Congratulations. Well done.
Charlotte Wick.
Congratulations. Well done.
For the degree of Master of Philosophy, Ebe Kabwere Olaoshe Bikan.
Congratulations.
For the degree of Master of Laws in Employment Law, Stella Steele.
Congratulations. Well done.
For the degree of Bachelor of Laws in Law, Babashola Abdul.
Congratulations. Well done.
Adaiton Aboyade Cole.
Congratulations. Well done.
William Adams.
Congratulations. Well done.
Janet Afolabi.
Congratulations. Well done.
Diana Akbolabor.
Congratulations. Well done.
Amina Ahmed.
Congratulations. Well done.
Wajahat Ahmed.
Congratulations. Well done.
Malika Akira Dolu.
Congratulations. Well done.
Jamila Akhtar.
Congratulations. Well done.
Deborah Akinkukbe Ojo.
Congratulations. Well done.
Saim Ali.
Congratulations. Well done.
James Allen.
Congratulations. Well done.
Yasmin Allwood.
Congratulations. Well done.
Dunya Amini.
Congratulations. Well done.
Olayinka Amosad.
Congratulations. Well done.
Vanessa Antwi.
Congratulations. Well done.
Elizabeth Argento.
Congratulations. Well done.
Ogenukome Asia Babor.
Congratulations. Well done.
Rohan Baga.
Congratulations. Well done.
Akalia Balakrishna.
Congratulations. Well done.
Megan Baldwin Brown.
Congratulations.
Jacob Barnett.
Congratulations. Well done.
Mariam Bello.
Congratulations. Well done.
Matthew Bennett.
Congratulations. Well done.
Gursimran Bengening.
Congratulations. Well done.
Hulda Wachiwa.
Congratulations.
Amani Bwama Nyamiche.
Congratulations. Well done.
Sharon Boateng.
Congratulations. Well done.
Tristan Boss.
Congratulations. Well done.
Emily Bowler.
Congratulations.
Alexander Boyle.
Congratulations. Well done.
Oluwadamilare Braithwaite.
Congratulations. Well done.
Kiran Brar.
Congratulations.
Reese Breslin. Anika Brown.
Congratulations. Well done.
Adriana Brozowska.
Congratulations. Well done.
Charlotte Buck. Andrea Budaku,
Congratulations, well done.
Sibulele Bulana,
Congratulations, well done.
Cavan Byrne, Chelsea Carvalho,
Congratulations, well done.
Kunal Chadi,
Congratulations.
Lakaran Chahal,
Congratulations.
Kara Chang,
Congratulations.
Angelica Chapman, Prakas Chauhan,
Congratulations.
Yuk Chen, Leah Chauhan, Sahel Chowdhury, Abida Chowdhury, Luke Churchill,
Congratulations, well done.
Chloe Clapson,
Congratulations, well done.
Claire Collins,
Congratulations, well done.
Fiona Collins,
Congratulations, well done.
Jamilato Kumara,
Congratulations, well done.
Lorenzo Coppola,
Congratulations, well done.
Lauren Crabb,
Congratulations, well done.
Teresita Hallen,
Congratulations, well done.
Bethany Cutter,
Congratulations, well done.
Adriana Chura,
Congratulations, well done.
Usman Dar,
Congratulations, well done.
Amnisha Dogra,
Congratulations, well done.
Faye Doherty, Simajit Dudra, Marisa Etiabet,
Congratulations, well done.
Iuloa Fakbemi,
Congratulations, well done.
Mohammed Farhan,
Congratulations, well done.
Samuel Ford,
Congratulations, well done.
Teresa Fotiadi, Cameron Fraser,
Congratulations.
Alicia Gale,
Congratulations, well done.
Lee Gell,
Congratulations, well done.
Laura Gill,
Congratulations, well done.
Suleiman Gimba,
Congratulations, well done.
Kurt Glencastle,
Congratulations, well done.
Ravin Gosal,
Congratulations, well done.
Ellen Green,
Congratulations, well done.
Sarah Hafaji,
Congratulations, well done.
Aisha Hamid,
Congratulations, well done.
Kajol Hara,
Congratulations, well done.
Timur Hashimi,
Congratulations, well done.
Jay He,
Congratulations, well done.
Nathan Hewitt,
Congratulations, well done.
Matthew Hill,
Congratulations, well done.
Henry Hockley,
Congratulations, well done.
Julie Hodge,
Congratulations, well done.
Kia Hodgkins,
Congratulations, well done.
Megan Horner,
Congratulations, well done.
Dean Hunt,
Congratulations,
Samuel Hutman, Chioma Ibiawuchi,
congratulations, well done.
Ogechukwu Ilonze,
Congratulations, well done.
Ambrose Ip,
Congratulations, well done.
Anila Iqbal, Amina Islam,
Congratulations.
Hussaina Jafia,
Congratulations.
Mohammed Janar,
Congratulations.
Omer Javid,
Congratulations.
Orishimoyowa Jamide, Sophie Jenkins,
Congratulations. Well done.
Ria Joseph,
Congratulations.
Muna Kalon,
Congratulations. Well done.
Gayathri Kandia,
Congratulations. Well done.
Anupinder Kang,
Congratulations. Well done.
Michaela Karaiskaki,
Congratulations.
Randeep Kaur,
Congratulations. Well done.
Tarneet Kaur,
Congratulations.
Jessica Kelly,
Congratulations. Well done.
Minakshi Keshavanputi,
Congratulations.
Anosha Khan,
Congratulations.
Mayreen Khan,
Congratulations. Well done.
Nagina Khan,
Congratulations. Well done.
Orhan Kanbayov,
Congratulations. Well done.
Ritika Kinvasara,
Congratulations. Well done.
Daniel Kim, Sophie King, Patrick Kowalczyk,
Congratulations. Well done.
James Kumar,
Congratulations. Well done.
Aaron Lal,
Congratulations. Well done.
Danny Laram,
Congratulations. Well done.
Wei Lung,
Congratulations. Well done.
Janelle Lewis Alagoa,
Congratulations. Well done.
Hee Jean Lee,
All right. Thank you.
Amani Liaquat,
Congratulations. Well done.
Lok Yuk,
Congratulations. Well done.
Cassandra McRae,
Congratulations. Well done.
Sune Mahal,
Congratulations. Well done.
Hasib Mahmood,
Congratulations. Well done.
Muzamil Malumji,
Congratulations. Well done.
Jessica Malpas,
Congratulations. Well done.
Mevin Manamperi,
Congratulations. Well done.
Rebecca McAnini,
Congratulations. Well done.
Jesse McNeil,
Congratulations. Well done.
Faiza Mahmood,
Congratulations. Well done.
Charles Mendoza,
Congratulations. Well done.
Adebenga Miranda,
Congratulations. Well done.
Magdalena Mikolajczak,
Congratulations. Well done.
Serena Mita,
Congratulations. Well done.
Belinda Monu,
Congratulations. Well done.
Holly Morgan,
Congratulations. Well done.
Ryan Mortimer,
Congratulations. Well done.
Hermine Puati,
Congratulations. Well done.
Highland Muirhead,
Congratulations. Well done.
Cara Mullings,
Congratulations. Well done.
Neil Murphy,
Congratulations. Well done.
Alexander Murray,
Congratulations. Well done.
Fiona Naan,
Congratulations. Well done.
Mohammed Osama Nessar,
Congratulations. Well done.
Emma Newman,
Congratulations. Congratulations. Well done.
Samantha Nguyen,
Congratulations. Well done.
Clinton Njoku,
Congratulations. Well done.
Oluwasofumi Odunsi,
Congratulations. Well done.
Njideka Ofor,
Congratulations. Well done.
Fanto Ogunmola,
Congratulations. Well done.
Obina Onwuchekwa,
Congratulations. Well done.
Stephanie Oy,
Congratulations. Well done.
Rebecca Oratokai,
Congratulations. Well done.
Oluwadoyinsola Oriak,
Congratulations. Well done.
Koyinsola Oshinaike,
Congratulations. Well done.
Osenayozi Osunde,
Congratulations. Well done.
Michelle Owusu Nipa,
Congratulations.
Temilade Oyenuga, Amrita Panash, Sonia Panesar, Olivia Patterson, Thomas Pearson, Georgia Fazy, Anisa Kadumi, Katrina Rafferty, Renwar Rajai, Simrandeep Raju, Rajvi Raniga, Christopher Ray, George Rickman,
Congratulations. Well done.
Amina Ringim,
Congratulations.
Katie Rose,
Congratulations. Well done.
Afrin Sayad,
Congratulations. Well done.
Georgina Saldana,
Congratulations. Well done.
Victoria Sammons,
Congratulations. Well done.
Joshua Caleb Sarpong,
Congratulations. Well done.
Melissa Scott,
Congratulations. Well done.
Navia Shah,
Congratulations. Well done.
Fatima Shahid,
Congratulations. Well done.
Aisha Shahzad,
Congratulations. Well done.
Sana Sheikh,
Congratulations. Well done.
Fahad Shakil,
Congratulations. Well done.
Sarah Shimi,
Congratulations. Well done.
Simrit Sidhu,
Congratulations.
Amardeep Singh,
Congratulations. Well done.
AJ Sisodia,
Congratulations. Well done.
Oliver Smythe,
Congratulations. Well done.
Aisha Sultan,
Congratulations. Well done.
Jan Sumanadasa,
Congratulations. Well done.
Abby Tambadu,
Congratulations. Well done.
Sir Teo,
Congratulations. Well done.
Arjun Fatra,
Congratulations. Well done.
Gemma Thorne,
Congratulations. Well done.
Tasmin Tiwana,
Congratulations. Well done.
Kiriaki Tofa,
Congratulations. Well done.
Lawrence Tsai. Lucas Turner. Mercy Twum.
Congratulations. Well done.
Sharon Umulisa.
Congratulations.
Erin Van Zura.
Congratulations. Well done.
Kim Verk.
Congratulations. Well done.
Ibimina Wakama.
Congratulations. Well done.
Chloe Watson.
Congratulations. Well done.
Luke Webb.
Congratulations. Well done.
Anastasia Webster.
Congratulations.
Daniel Whedon.
Congratulations. Well done.
Naomi Ware.
Congratulations. Well done.
Matthew Welpton.
Congratulations.
Maleka White.
Congratulations.
Christopher Wilkes.
Congratulations. Well done.
Luke Wilkins.
Congratulations. Well done.
Georgina Wilkinson.
Congratulations. Well done.
Alice Willoughby.
Congratulations. Well done.
Kieran Wilton.
Congratulations. Well done.
Jin Wong.
Congratulations. Well done.
Kathleen Wu.
Congratulations.
Delan Yakut. Amran Yero.
Well done.
Suet Yim.
Congratulations. Well done.
Zainal Zainal.
Congratulations. Well done.
Natalia Zelenovic.
Congratulations. Well done.
Gianni Zhang.
Congratulations. Well done.
For the degree of Bachelor of Laws in Law and Criminology. Rajdeep Bangu.
Congratulations. Well done.
Shannon Clark Marcel.
Congratulations. Well done.
Lena Dabi.
Congratulations. Well done.
Zara Holmes.
Congratulations. Well done.
Tolani Joseph.
Congratulations. Well done.
Miriam Odutayo.
Congratulations. Well done.
Hanisha Ram.
Congratulations. Well done.
Hannah Shatford.
Congratulations. Well done.
Balraj Singh.
Congratulations. Well done.
Catherine Stratton.
Congratulations. Well done.
Katie Swift.
Congratulations. Well done.
Finley Ted.
Congratulations.
Britannia Tulloch. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws in Law with a Modern Language, Cynthia Cabral de Sousa. Noshan Chowdhury. Paulina Gluck. Hannah Graham.
Congratulations. Well done.
Karolina Rapakiewicz.
Congratulations. Well done.
Rebecca Longi.
Congratulations. Well done.
Jennifer Mortimer.
Congratulations. Well done.
Emma Muscroft.
Congratulations. Well done.
Sita Nityananda.
Congratulations. Well done.
For the degree of Bachelor of Laws in Law with a Year Abroad, Esther Alawodi.
Congratulations. Well done.
Nana Apaya Odame.
Congratulations. Well done.
Carrie Bianchi.
Congratulations. Well done.
Elise Boutier.
Congratulations. Well done.
Josephine Carver.
Congratulations. Well done.
Jamie Groom.
Congratulations, well done.
Sydney Holt,
Congratulations, well done.
Abigail Lawrence,
Congratulations, well done.
Babawale Oguntoise,
Congratulations, well done.
Ebenezer Okeshade,
Congratulations, well done.
Peter Raper,
Congratulations, well done.
Georgia Saunders.
Congratulations, well done.
For the degree of Bachelor of Laws in Law with Politics, Dean Barfield,
Congratulations, well done.
Christy Carmichael,
Congratulations, well done.
Emmanuel Fuller-Roncho,
Congratulations, well done.
Sultan Mohammed,
Congratulations, well done.
Benjamin Smith, Chloe Smith.
Congratulations, well done.
For the degree of Bachelor of Laws in Law Maîtrise, Maël Abgral,
Congratulations,
Emiliano Cortés Moricetti,
congratulations, well done.
Maëvane de Grat-Lyon,
Congratulations, well done.
Victoria Fife,
Congratulations, well done.
Agathe Enrault,
Congratulations, well done.
Raphaël Laurin,
Congratulations, well done.
Léa Malfray,
Congratulations, well done.
Héloïse Rion,
Congratulations, well done.
Alexia Shiomura,
Congratulations, well done.
Vlad Shulea,
Congratulations,
Lena Tushar. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws in Law Senior Status, Chinwe Anibogu, Abdullah Azizi,
congratulations, well done.
Hiteshwar Bagwa,
Congratulations, well done.
Heba Burhan,
Congratulations, well done.
Harinder Bhatti,
Congratulations, well done.
Prabhalin Brar,
Congratulations, well done.
Manjot Chahal,
Congratulations, well done.
Savina Chahal,
Congratulations, well done.
Shahun Chowdhury,
Congratulations, well done.
Wesnavan Sinkaraja,
Congratulations, well done.
Jasmine Clare, Sophie Dami, Shannon Din,
Congratulations, well done.
Eva Filipovich,
Congratulations, well done.
Alexandra Fleck,
Congratulations, well done.
Jennifer Gasowski,
Well done.
Guntash Gill, Shivraj Gill, Hina Greywall, Domenico Giulo,
Well done.
Paula Han,
Congratulations, well done.
Ronald Halliday,
Congratulations, well done.
Rachel James,
Congratulations, well done.
Dinah Jamia Almadi,
Congratulations, well done.
Julia Kagan,
Congratulations, well done.
Mohammed Kagdi,
Congratulations, well done.
Aaron Logan,
Congratulations, well done.
Sheba Mansu,
Congratulations, well done.
Adam Matina,
Congratulations, well done.
Alexia Melli,
Congratulations, well done.
Ifioma Ofuani,
Congratulations, well done.
Harij Papa,
Congratulations. Well done.
Jatinder Paul Parmar,
Congratulations. Well done.
Shivani Patel,
Congratulations. Well done.
Evgeny Pratashik,
Congratulations. Well done.
Jakpreet Sekon,
Congratulations. Well done.
Paul Shepherd,
Congratulations. Well done.
Hanwar Singh,
Congratulations. Well done.
Jaslene Singh,
Congratulations. Well done.
Celeste van Ameringen,
Congratulations. Well done.
Sheldon Vaz,
Congratulations. Well done.
Shanae Williamson,
Congratulations. Well done.
Maximilian Zhukovsky,
Congratulations. Well done.
for the degree of Master of Arts in International Relations and World Order, Charles Machoba.
Congratulations. Well done.
For the degree of Bachelor of Laws in Law and Criminology, Denise Allen.
Congratulations. Well done.
Adana Izechukoi.
Congratulations. Well done.
For the degree of Bachelor of Laws in Law, Victoria Koramoa.
Congratulations. Well done.
Mushtaq Ahmed.
Congratulations. Well done.
Oyinye Obi Okoye.
Congratulations. Well done.
Mr. Chancellor, as public orator, may I present Nazir Afzal as a candidate for an honorary degree. Nazir Afzal was born in Birmingham to parents who had recently emigrated from Pakistan. He was one of 7 children. That was an era when racial abuse went largely unreported. He was bullied and racially abused on a daily basis in Marlborough Junior School in Small Heath. He preferred to keep this from his parents. Nevertheless, the experience left its mark on Nazir. He passed the 11 plus and went to Waverley Grammar School, where he was a very bright pupil, eventually taking 6 A-levels. Despite encouragement from his parents to become a doctor, his first choice was to study law at Birmingham University. Nazir became vice president of the Guild of Students, and he took part in several student demonstrations against the policies of the government of the day. One involved him being carried in an open coffin through the campus. On graduation, Nazir moved to Guildford Law School for his Law Society finals. Nazir returned to Glaziers in Birmingham for articles, and he worked as a solicitor from 1988 to 1991. He decided that probate and company law was not what he wanted to do for the rest of his life, preferring to try his hand at criminal law and casework. Nazir moved to London to become a Crown prosecutor at Bow Street Magistrates Court, where he was much happier with the human interest of criminal prosecution work. He was promoted to Assistant Chief Crown Prosecutor in 2001. During this time, several of his cases reached the attention of the national media. One case involved the stalking of Lady Diana, and another, the death of a man who was committing aggravated burglary. Nazir decided that the householder acted in reasonable self-defense. In 2004, Nazir was approached by a group of women who presented compelling evidence of forced marriage and honour crimes in the UK. He organised a conference to bring these subjects into the open, and he set up a national database to catalogue dozens of instances of potential crimes. In 2005, Samaira Nazir was murdered in an honour killing. Nazir was responsible for the prosecution of her relatives and described the beliefs that had led to her murder as tragic and outdated. By 2008, Nazir was the CPS lead in honour-based violence. At first, he thought these traditional attitudes would die out with the older immigrant generation. However, he soon realised that many young men still had strong controlling beliefs in honour and purity, and that changing this would need education starting at the primary school level. In his own words, "I have talked to many Muslim women, and I can tell you that their greatest fear is not Islamophobia, or being attacked by racists, or being arrested on suspicion of terrorism. It is from their own family." In the 1990s, evidence came to light that organised sexual abuse of vulnerable underage girls was taking place in Rochdale. The Crisis Intervention Team Coordinator for the NHS, Sarah Robotham, collected evidence of widespread abuse. However, when it was presented to the police and to higher authorities, no action was taken, as it was decided that the evidence of the girls would not be believed. Several cases collapsed due to violent witness intimidation. It was clear that the victims of abuse and their families did not receive adequate police protection. In 2011, Nazir Afzal was appointed Chief Prosecutor for the North West of England. Nazir reviewed the earlier decision not to prosecute in the Rochdale case. It was clear to him that the case laid bare dangerous attitudes to race, class and gender, which had allowed extensive organised criminal activity to go unchallenged. Nazir decided that the evidence of the vulnerable working class girls should be believed, and this resulted in a successful prosecution of the perpetrators. The trial attracted worldwide attention, and Nazir had to run the gauntlet of English Defence League demonstrators to get into the court, which reminded him of the abuse he experienced as a child. They shouted at him, "Go back to where you come from." But this time, he gave as good as he got and replied, "I come from Birmingham." The story of the Rochdale case was the subject of a BAFTA award-winning three-part dramatisation on BBC TV called The Three Girls, featuring the actor Ace Barty as Nazir. The Rochdale case is a landmark as it defined the limit of the culture of political correctness, which had prevented prosecution, and several related cases followed. Since leaving the CPS in 2015, Nazir has spoken widely about violence against women. He is clear that unhealthy attitudes to women occur in all sections of society. In his own words again, "I've prosecuted perpetrators from more than 60 countries and dealt with victims from 50 countries. I know that there isn't a community where women and girls are not vulnerable to sexual attack. It is a power thing that infects every society. Therefore, our responsibility has to begin with listening to the victims and survivors." More recently, Nazir has held positions as a police and crime commissioner on the Independent Press Standards Organisation and for the Welsh Government. From his family's origins in a conservative tribal area in Pakistan, where men often hold outdated views on male superiority, Nazir becoming a feminist may have seemed unlikely. However, he believes that this background enables his message for a fundamental change in attitudes to women to be heard. Nazir has made over 500 media appearances in the past 5 years, as well as countless speaking presentations, which has made him one of the best-known lawyers in the country. Nazir Afzal received the OBE in 2005. He has received many awards from the legal profession, including the 2013 Services to Law Award at the British Muslim Awards, and in the same year, Legal Personality of the Year of Asian Lawyers. Mr. Chancellor, on the recommendation of the Senate and Council, I present Nazir Afzal that you may confer upon him the Honorary Degree of Doctor of Laws.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, parents. Let me say something to parents first. Like you, I have in my wallet pictures of my children where my money used to be. I have sacrificed, as you have, everything so that your children can have a better life than you, and I pay tribute to you for all that you've done and all that you continue to do. As the orator quite rightly pointed out, this is a journey. I came from the traditional tribalistic parts of Pakistan to the traditional tribalistic parts of Birmingham, where I was born. I suffered abuse on a daily, if not weekly basis, attacked as regularly as you can imagine. I remember saying to my attackers, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but your words will not hurt me." And it worked, because after that it was only ever sticks and stones. When I qualified as a lawyer and when I became a prosecutor, I thought suddenly they're going to let me go, but no. I was attacked by a group of men who used my head as a football. Thankfully, they were rubbish at football, which is why I live to tell the tale. When I organised a conference on sports crime and talked about how the behaviour of players on the pitch impacts on spectators, impacts on the wider society, I got so much hate mail. One in particular, "Dear Mr. Afzal, we English invented football. Please go back to Wogland." I looked at a globe and I couldn't find Wogland anywhere, but I found his name and address on a letter. If you don't act, if you don't respond, they act with impunity. They feel they can do what you like, or what they like. And from my perspective, my journey is the journey of every victim and every survivor. I am privileged that over the generation, it's 30 odd years of being a lawyer, thousands of victims and survivors have shared their stories with me. When I learned about extremism and honour-based violence, I, according to the US State Department, have prosecuted more honour killings than anybody in the world. And yet I feel a failure, because 100 women have had to die for each one of those prosecutions to succeed. The US State Department used to regularly call me up to ask me my views on how they should deal with forced marriage and honour-based violence, suddenly stopping in November of 2016. I have no idea what happened in November 2016. When I dealt with the Danish cartoon protesters, some of you are familiar with, on the streets of London, and charged them with soliciting murder, I ended up with a visit from Special Branch, who came to my home and said, "Nazir, we're here to tell you you're on an Al-Qaeda death list." And I said, "Well, okay, what now?" And they said, "No, we're just here to tell you you're on an Al-Qaeda death list." When the orator mentioned the Rochdale grooming gang, some of you will have seen it undoubtedly. The actor who played me was much more handsome than I am. My wife's got a picture of him on the wall, which tells you everything. But my memoirs come out next year, and it's going to be dramatised, and I've asked for Denzel Washington this time. But when I prosecuted that case, the far right came for me, not just during the case, but after the case. They literally had fake news saying that I was the one that didn't prosecute these guys, and they ended up demonstrating outside of my home. They ended up in a situation where my children could only go to school by taxi, where I had a police officer stationed outside of my door for 2 weeks. I had done everything right in that case, yet I got 17,000 emails and letters calling for me to be sacked and sent home. Birmingham. Who wants to go there? My point is, that is as alive then as it is alive now. We know now what we're dealing with in terms of people who do not accept us if we're from a minority or we're diverse backgrounds or we have differences. We are facing, ladies and gentlemen, an attack on equalities that we thought we'd taken for granted. If you're suffering racism, they call you a snowflake. If you are disabled, they say, "Prove it." If you are a woman who claims that she's been sexually abused, they say, "We don't believe you." If you are suffering anti-Semitism or Islamophobia, they say it's in the mind. And if there are schools up and down the country who are being told right now, "Do not teach your children that gay people exist," that is the battle that we fight now. It's as alive now as it ever has been, and it requires you all to take action. Sometimes people seem to think it's all about justice and all about criminal justice and all about outcomes. When I prosecuted the BBC presenter Stuart Hall, he was convicted of the abuse of 11 women and found not guilty of one. And I went to the one that he was found not guilty of, and I said to her, "I'm really sorry that I couldn't give you closure." She said, "You gave me closure at the moment that you believed me." Sometimes it's not the judicial outcome, it's the fact that somebody in authority takes their side. Somebody listens to them. And that's what we've failed to do for generations. We have told children, be seen and not be heard. Why are we now surprised that they're telling us what's been happening to them over years, if not decades? My journey started 20 odd years ago when I noticed a woman in an event, and she came up to me. I noticed that she had her wedding ring not on her wedding finger, but on the opposite finger of her hand. And I said to her, "Why do you wear your wedding ring on the wrong finger?" And she said, "It was they beat me and forced me to marry the wrong man." And I looked at this woman who now suffers daily rape, who has a life of hopelessness and despair, and whose only ability to protest is by wearing that ring on this hand, because she didn't have a voice. I made it my responsibility, ladies and gentlemen, as it is your responsibility, to be the victim's voice. Thank you very much indeed.
Medical student Charlotte Adams, English student Alice Chambers, and Liam Caray, who graduated in business yesterday, will now perform Suave sia il viento from Così fan tutte by Mozart. An old philosopher has a bet with two young boys. If they go away and come back in disguise, they will be able to seduce each other's girlfriends. In this scene, the characters are saying goodbye to the boyfriends with the words, "May the breeze blow lightly on your face." As we bid you farewell today, we say the same to you.
Tranquillo sia Pro-Chancellor, as head of the College of Science and Engineering, I, Professor Paul Monks, present the following candidates for their awards. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Ian Breaker.
Well done, Ian. Congratulations. Well done.
Claire Cashmore.
Claire, well done. Congratulations.
Christian Faber.
Christian, well done. Congratulations.
Charles Field.
Charles, well done. Congratulations.
Mark Fletcher.
Mark, well done. Well done.
Lillian Garrett-Smithson.
Lillian, well done.
Adam Higgins.
Adam, congratulations. Well done.
Hannah Lerman.
Hannah, well done. Well done.
Emma Longstaff.
Emma, well done. Congratulations. Well done.
Eamon Munir.
Well done. Congratulations. Well done.
For the degree of Master of Science in Space Exploration Systems, Daniel Robson.
Daniel, well done. Well done.
For the degree of Master of Physics in Physics, Joanna Antonelli.
Joanna, well done. Congratulations. Well done.
Hannah Clear.
Hannah, well done.
Harry Connors.
Harry, congratulations. Well done.
James Cowan.
Well done, James.
Elliot Day.
Elliot, well done. Congratulations.
Massimiliano Favaro Bedford.
Well done. Well done.
Matthew Howard.
Matthew, well done.
Katie Jiggins.
Well done, Katie. Well done.
Nabila Jinnah.
Nabila, well done.
Toby Johnston.
Toby, well done. Congratulations.
Darnay King.
Well done. Congratulations. Well done.
Morgan Lilly.
Morgan, well done.
James Linden.
Well done. Well done. Congratulations.
Seth Lovett.
Well done. Congratulations.
Prashant Patel.
Prashant, well done.
Jack Terry.
Jack, well done.
George Thomas.
Well done, George. Well done.
Samuel Toomer.
Well done, Samuel.
Christopher Wallace.
Chris, well done.
George Wattham.
George, well done, George.
Rhys Williams.
Well done, Rhys.
Camille Zimolag.
Well done, congratulations, well done.
For the degree of Master of Physics in Physics with a semester abroad, Patrick Doyle.
Patrick, well done, congratulations.
For the degree of Master of Physics in Physics with Astrophysics, Beatrice Andrews.
Beatrice, well done, congratulations, well done.
Gemma Bauer.
Well done, Gemma, well done.
Jacob Coley.
Jacob, well done.
Kimram Dhaliwal.
Well done, congratulations.
Thomas Gittins.
Thomas, well done.
Beth Henderson.
Beth, well done.
Alicia Ahogan.
Well done, congratulations, well done.
Joseph Mays.
Joe, well done, well done.
Jean-Paul McCarthy.
Well done, congratulations, well done.
George McGilvray.
George, well done, congratulations.
Daniel Moore.
Well done, Daniel. Congratulations.
Tobias Nottingham.
Well done. Congratulations.
Paula Rojas Gohoiza.
Well done. Congratulations. Well done.
Robin Smith.
Well done, Robin. Well done.
Edward Turner.
Well done. Congratulations.
Pak Yu.
Well done. Congratulations.
For the degree of Master of Physics in Physics with Space Science and Technology, Elliot Coleman.
Elliot, well done.
Daniel Evan.
Well done. Congratulations.
Thomas Hyde.
Thomas, well done.
Sean Robinson.
Well done, Sean. Well done.
Gary Sutcliffe.
Well done. Congratulations.
For the degree of Master of Science in Natural Sciences, Emil Duar.
Well done. Congratulations. Well done.
Fize Lorgat.
Well done. Fize.
Nathaniel Morris.
Well done. Congratulations.
Ryan Robinson.
Ryan, well done.
Christopher Tarling.
Well done, Christopher.
Tabitha Watson.
Well done, Tabitha. Well done.
For the degree of Master of Science in Natural Sciences with a year abroad, Jack Stewart.
Jack, well done. Congratulations.
For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Science with a semester abroad, Leah Haywood.
Well done. Congratulations. Well done. Well done.
For the degree of Bachelor of Sciences in Natural Sciences, Felix Bamford.
Felix, congratulations.
Sean Elliott.
Well done, Sean.
Rajveer Flora.
Well done. Congratulations. Well done.
Nathaniel Hall.
Well done. Congratulations.
Shivani Kairi.
Well done. Congratulations.
Sarah Mapleston.
Sarah, well done.
Dominic Marone.
Well done, Dominic. Well done.
Carl Neighbour.
Well done, Carl.
Louisa Perry.
Louisa, well done. Congratulations.
Peter Weller.
Well done, Peter.
For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Physics, Tanvir Ahmed.
Well done. Congratulations. Well done.
Ignore Aurora.
Well done. Congratulations.
Max Barnett.
Max, well done.
Christopher Bell.
Christopher, well done.
David Bennett.
David, congratulations. Well done.
Alexi Baldwin.
Well done. Congratulations. Well done.
Joshua Bridgman James.
Joshua, well done.
Sebastian Green.
Well done. Congratulations. Well done.
Ethan Guinan.
Ethan, well done. Congratulations.
Stephen Headley.
Well done, Stephen. Well done.
Cavendeep Johal.
Well done. Congratulations. Well done.
Michael Kabanda.
Michael, well done. Well done.
Tim Maywall.
Well done. Congratulations.
Jacob Charlotte.
Jacob, well done. Well done.
Arandeep Singh.
Well done. Congratulations.
Christopher Smart.
Well done. Congratulations. Well done.
Oscar Thoran.
Well done. Congratulations.
Jake Underwood.
Well done, Jake. Congratulations.
Ben Wimbush.
Ben, well done.
For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Physics with a year aboard, Daniel Boddington.
Daniel, well done.
James Page.
Well done. Congratulations. Well done.
Lee Page.
Well done. Congratulations.
For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Physics with Astrophysics, Arundur Ajay Kumar.
Well done. Congratulations. Well done.
Samuel B.
Well done. Congratulations.
Luke Billingham.
Well done, Luke. Congratulations.
Lewis Connolly.
Lewis, well done.
Michael Croxford.
Well done, Michael. Well done.
Dean Haig.
Dean. Well done. Congratulations.
Amal Haji A. Martusin.
Well done. Congratulations. Well done.
Zain Magre.
Well done. Congratulations.
Nile Pareka.
Well done. Well done.
Himesh Palmer.
Congratulations. Well done.
Ethan Russell.
Well done, Ethan. Congratulations.
Lucy Spencer.
Lucy. Well done. Well done.
Matthew Whitaker.
Well done. Well done. Congratulations.
For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Physics with Astrophysics with a year abroad, Alexander Moore.
Well done. Well done. Well done.
Jessica Purdy.
Well done. Congratulations. Well done.
For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Physics with Nanotechnology, Luqman Ahmed.
Well done. Congratulations.
Dylan Moles.
Dylan. Well done.
Paul Ray.
Paul. Well done. Well done. Well done.
Carice Tompkins.
Well done. Congratulations. Well done.
For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Physics with Planetary Science, Peter Selves.
Peter. Well done.
For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Physics with Space Science and Technology, Alexander England.
Well done. Congratulations. Well done.
For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Physics with Space Science and Technology with a year out in industry, Oliver Krask.
Well done, Oliver. Well done. Well done.
For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Physics with Space Science and Technology with a year abroad, Alexander Ryder.
Well done, Alex. Well done.
For the posthumous award of Diploma of Higher Education in Natural Sciences with a year abroad, Finisterre McShawn, received by Scarlett McShawn. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Physics, Jaskaran Arora.
Well done. Congratulations. Well done.
For the degree of Bachelor of Laws in Law, Tamara Akabo Uriabebe.
Well done, Tamara.
For the degree of Bachelor of Laws in Law, Senior Status, Chantel Smith.
Well done, Chantal. Well done.
Chancellor, I present you to Dr. Cheryl Hercott, who has been nominated for a University Distinguished Teaching Fellowship. Cheryl reflects on and takes an innovative approach to teaching and assessment, and has worked closely with colleagues from biology and chemistry to ensure a consistent and unified approach. Of particular note is the development of the Interdisciplinary Research Journal, which Cheryl reimagined to engage students with interdisciplinary research. It is absolutely clear that Cheryl holds the education and welfare of our students in the very highest regard in an inclusive learning environment.
Congratulations. Thank you for what you did.
Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Maribel Canto Lopez and Mr. Martin George, who have been nominated for University Distinguished Teaching Fellowships. Maribel makes an outstanding contribution to the student learning experience in the Leicester Law School. Her initiatives around the development of group work and professional writing have gained international recognition and support from professional bodies. Her exceptional capacity to get alongside people who need support in teaching and learning has also made a profound contribution to the level of attainment of accreditation for teaching practices within the school. Martin makes consistently excellent contributions in all that he does, but has made truly outstanding contributions with a deep impact on student learning and experience. These are exemplified through his own teaching practice, particularly in land law, and through his transformation of student support via personal tutorship in Leicester Law School.
The Pro-Chancellor students, Dr. Susie Ember, will now address the congregation.
Graduates, it's wonderful to be here on such a special occasion. Just 10 years ago, like you, I stood on this stage to receive a degree from the University of Leicester. That moment was a springboard for an incredible adventure, from climbing the highest mountains to operating a spacecraft that's currently heading for Mercury. One of my greatest privileges is that I now teach the first ever lecture that my students hear when they come to begin their studies, including the students sitting before me today. That first day, I taught a diverse group of young people just starting out on their journey. I taught them in first year, second year, third year, and watched their progress with awe. I learned their names, we shared tea and cake, and we formed a community. I could not be more proud of the students sitting here today because I have seen your struggles, watched you persevere, and shared your triumphs. This day is one of great celebration, and you have filled your friends and family and all those on the stage here today with immense pride. As you take your next steps through life, whether you're travelling the world or entering the world of work, I hope you will look back on these years with a smile and on this place with fondness. As a member of our global alumni family, you are part of a living legacy to build a better future through the benefits of higher education. Today we all stand proud and remember our beginnings, ut vitam habeant, so that they may have life. Thank you.
We have life, and life is fully
Before we close the degree congregation today, I'd like to take this opportunity to pay tribute to our Chair of Council and Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Bridget Towell. This is Bridget's last graduation ceremony as a Member of Council after 19 years of dedicated, committed and selfless service to this university. Bridget is someone who has touched the lives of people past and present and has been a key influence in shaping this university for the future. A pioneer, an inspiration and a guide, not only for me and my predecessors, but for many members of this university. Bridget is the first woman in the history of this institution to have held the posts of Chair of Council and Treasurer. Building upon her distinguished leadership career in industry, where she served as a Managing Director during a period when she was only one of 3 women Managing Directors of public limited companies in the UK. Alongside an outstanding career in industry, Bridget's life has been committed to public service. Soon after she graduated, she spent a year with the voluntary service overseas as a teacher in Uganda, and closer to home, she's made an enormous contribution to girl guiding. She served as Chief Guide and Chair of the Board of what is the country's largest voluntary youth organisation, and she was awarded a CBE in 2001. Bridget holds honorary doctorates from the Universities of Exeter and Loughborough, and she's a Deputy Lieutenant of Leicestershire. At this university, Bridget has presided over a number of landmark moments. She's seen royal visits to the campus, the discovery and reinterment of King Richard III, and the graduation of a Japanese princess. Bridget has championed the cause of this university brilliantly. Her wise counsel and expert insights have shaped this university. Her guidance in roles as Chair of Council and Treasurer have been invaluable, and she's ensured the continued progress of the university through the last 2 decades. This university is indebted to Bridget for giving so much of herself, her time, talent and intellect to ensure that the university builds for the future. We will miss her. Thank you, Bridget. Graduates and guests, please be upstanding for the final time in this ceremony. Everyone, please join me in congratulating our class of 2019. I now declare this congregation closed.